Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, I am doing my top 10 favorite cars of all time. My top 10 cars of all time. Big car guy, as you guys know. Um, I thought it would be kind of fun to talk about the 10 cars that mean a lot to me. And yeah, let's get into it. And number 10 is the Nissan GTR R32. Easily my favorite GDM car of all time. This is one of those cars that really got me into. I'm just a big fan of the R32. Easily my favorite GTR. I love Japanese cars, but I had to just post one in this top 10. It's the R32. Don't get me wrong, I love the Datsuns, I love Mazda, I love all those cars, but the R32 for me is a special place in my heart, and that's why it's at number 10. It's the first major big Skyline that came out for the GTR family, and I still think it's the best one. So that's why the R32 is at number 10. And number 9 is the Porsche 911 G, GTR RS3. I like this Porsche a lot. It's easily when I think of Porsche, this is what like the main Porsche I think of because this car is just so iconic. And when it comes to modern Porsches, it looks so sleek. I like its previous generation, late 2000s, early 2010s the most. But its current one is pretty cool looking too, and its next gen, which comes out next year, is awesome looking. I think it's a step up from this previous generation, but it's just one of those Porsches that I had to pick a Porsche out for this list, and I picked this one because it's the one I think of Porsches when I hear their name. So that's why the Porsche GTRS 3 is at number 9. Number 8, I had choice between two Mustangs. The classic Boss 429, and then this one won because to me it's one of the last great Shelbys you can buy with a manual, and that's our uh, Shelby GT350R. Just seems last uh, one of the last great Shelbys for that can get a manual in. It's at 500, couldn't get that, but I just love the R34. The the Shelby 350R is just an amazing car. Easily my favorite. I like it more than I do the current GT500. 50R is to me more superior personally, but I love both of them. But I just prefer the Shelby. The Shelby's easily been my favorite modern Mustang that came out in the last 20 years. It's just a great car, and it easily makes it on this list at number 8. Number 7 is the 1970 Chevelle 454 SS. This car means a lot to me. Easily my favorite Chevelle. This car got me into muscle cars, and it really got me into classic muscle. And it's one of my favorite cars from the Fast and the Furious series. And it's easily one of my dream cars. It used to be in the top 5, but got caught back when I got into more different cars. But this car is still iconic to me. Chevy Chevelle is easily my favorite car, though, from the 60s when it comes to muscle. That's why it's at number 7. And number 6, my favorite supercar from the 90s. This is McLaren F1. And easy top 3 favorite supercars of all time. I love the McLaren F1. It's such a legendary car. Um, I just love this thing. It's still looks modern, even though it's over 20 years old, almost 30 years old. And it's just a beautiful design. And Rose has this car before the Bugatti Veyron, and it's just an amazing British car, and shows why McLaren is as good as Ferrari and Lamborghini, in my opinion. And number 6, it's its newer brother, McLaren 720S. I love this McLaren. Comes to modern McLaren, since it's easily my favorite. I love the P1. The Senna is okay, but this is like my favorite supercar that's out right now. When it comes to cars from Europe, it has a badass engine in it. It's just an awesome car. Deserves to be in this list. And it's one of my favorite cars. Hobbs and Shaw is one of my favorite parts of that movie was this car in it. That's why it's number six. I mean, that's why. One second. At number six was the McLaren F1. Number five was the 720. And at number four is the Corvette C8. I love this Corvette. The new generation Corvette is by far better than the C7 in my opinion. And it's definitely new for Corvette mid-engine. It's a beautiful car, great price for a mid-engine car, groundbreaking, and it's my favorite car from last year, and it's definitely top three favorite generations of Corvettes, and it's just a beautiful car. I can't wait to see what the Z06 and the ZR1 looks like with this car. It's the Corvette C8 is just an awesome car, and it's just one of my favorite Corvettes of all time, and it deserves to be on this list as well. It's just an incredible car. And number three is the Dodge Challenger Hellcat. By far one of the last great muscle cars when it comes to old school stuff because this thing is still has nothing really electronic on it. It's pure muscle, pure horsepower, and it's by far the best engine that came out. One of the best engines that came out in the last decade. I love the Hellcat engine. It's just a bulletproof engine, really fast, really powerful, and you can't go wrong with it. Dodge did a great job with the Challenger Hellcat. Demon is okay. I just prefer the Hellcat because its power it's, and something like that. But it's just a great car, and that current generation Challenger is just a classic, and that's why it's number three. Number two is my favorite of the C6 Corvettes, the ZR1. The ZR1 when it first came out was my favorite car for a while in 2009. Um, it's still one of my favorite cars of all time. I love that's why it's at number two. The ZR1 is a great Corvette. Iconic look. I love the look of the C6. It's just a beautiful car. I love how you can see the engine with that little window. It looks way better than the C7 ZR1, which is okay. This doesn't look as good as the C6. It's just an incredible car, and that's why it's number two. I love this Corvette. My favorite car of all time is the Corvette 427. It's such a classic Corvette. The C2s are just beautiful, and at the time it was the fastest Corvette, and this is a great car. Um, Easily one of my favorite. It is my favorite car of all time, number one on this list, and it's easily my favorite Corvette of all time. So that's my list. Some great cars, good variety of American, Japanese, European. So if you want more videos like this, please subscribe, hit notification bell, um, comment, hit the like button, and please share these videos, guys. I would love to grow this channel as much as I can, so please help me out. And tomorrow, my weekly diecast video, and then videos should be coming out regularly. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.